it's Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, where we carry the largest selection of wood flowers in the United States. Are y'all ready for a spooky tutorial? To another tutorial with Mr. Skeleton, Mr. Bones, Mr. Spooky Ookie, I don't know. Anywho, today's tutorial is going to be so much fun. I have done multiples of these now because I can't stop making them. And of course, for YouTube, we got to do something a little bit extra. So I'm really excited. I hope the idea in my brain shows up the way I want it to on this lovely skeleton. So enough chit-chatting. He's a talker, let me tell you. Let's just jump right into this tutorial. So for this tutorial, as you guessed it, you will need a skeleton of some sort. Now we're only going to be focusing on his chest and his pelvic area. So first thing I'm going to do is take everything apart. We're going to take off his arms, his lovely head, and his legs. This one in particular, he's 5 feet tall. I actually, Home Depot or Walgreens, of all places. Home Depot, they probably are hard to find now at this point of the year. Halloween stuff at Home Depot online goes out in like July. So you know that for next year. But Walgreens also has them. That's the most affordable one I've been able to find besides Home Depot. They are a little bit pricier on the like material side of things. These lovely skeletons usually run around the $30 to like $50 range sometimes. I use all of the other parts though for other projects as well, so it's not a biggie. And I also have so many of them for Halloween, and after a couple of years, wear and tear gets to them, so then we can just take them apart and use the parts we need. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. This one does have screws in there, so you can unscrew it first and then pull. The last time I did it though, I just He-Man'd or She-Hulked it, and I just pulled everything off. The head is the most satisfying part, I think. All right, so I'm gonna take them apart and then we will get going on this lovely tutorial. Stay, Spooky Bones, stay. Good job. All right, so I decided to spray paint him black. Here is some of the greenery we're gonna be using. So some of this is from my stash, some of it is from Greenery you can find on our site at ohyourlovely.com. Lots of bits and bobs. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is, just as those bits and bobs. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna use this dried, preserved, colored, like baby's breath, possibly. I know that's kind of a weird color scheme, but I think it's gonna pop against the black. We also have some moss. I have this cute little snail. And then I've got some little mushrooms. And here are the flowers that we're gonna be using. Just a variety of different wood flowers in a nice pretty color story. So normally I put my moss down first, but I'm going to wait to do that. So first thing I'm going to do is this particular piece of greenery, we're going to weave it through the ribs. And depending, probably at the bottom, I'm gonna have some leftover pieces, and then we're gonna put some on the little pelvic bone at the bottom. I think what I'm gonna do for now though, okay, no. I'm just gonna cut off this part. Set those aside. I might cut off this one too. We'll just have to see. And you could just straight glue it down, but the reason why I'm weaving it, I feel like it just holds it a little bit better. And then there's less gluing and stuff we have to do. And these do have wires, which is nice, so I can kind of bend them where I want them to go to. actually play around with that a little bit in a second. And if we take up any paint, we're just gonna put a flower over it. So it's not a big deal, or moss. Moss will do that too. We can cover it with moss. The little bits and bobs, unless they have a stem on them, those we're gonna have to glue. But I think actually most of them that I grabbed have a stem, so yay me. Typically, I just push everything going upward, but I kind of like that piece of greenery kind of trailing downward, so I am going to put that in that way. Maybe we'll have this nail go down at the bottom. I don't know. I was thinking of having it up at the top, but we'll see. We will see. So most of these I'm gluing the flowers directly onto the skeleton, but for a few of them I do want them kind of sitting up a little bit higher. So I am going to stem up some of these flowers on some wires, just so we have some options. And then we got to find a place for Mr. Slugman to live, if we're even going to put him in there. I feel like I need a pop of color there. Well, I feel like there's like this kind of hole there that I'm not loving. Maybe I'm just pushing it with the with the snail. I don't know. I don't know yet. Ooh, or we could have him coming out of that little rib cage area. He's kind of heavy, so that's the other thing I'm kind of worried about. Maybe I have him sitting on the flowers here, down at the bottom. Maybe that's a good, yeah, let's do that instead. I think that's a good spot for him. Okay, I'm going to bring it on up, look at it like staring straight at me, and we'll see if there's any holes that we need to clean up. All right, you guys, there is our skeleton. It's all done, so pretty. Then to hang this, what I do, you can do a couple different things. You can definitely tie some string up at in the back end of the rib cages to hold it up. I actually usually go, whoops, that wasn't glued in. I usually go upside down and I drill a hole in the back in the spinal cord. Sounds so weird. And then I put a D-ring on there so that it's easy to hang. There's lots of different ways. So whatever makes sense for where you're gonna put it. I bet even command strips and stuff would work. This belongs right here. I'll glue it in place afterwards. So there is our lovely piece. I think the snail is gonna stay, so I'm excited about that. This is a fun color story. I haven't really done a color story like this in a while, so I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, we've made a couple of these now because I'm obsessed. We, as in me, I've been making them nonstop. I have one that's just the bust or the rib cages, and that one is on TikTok. And then we also have a Facebook Live that we did with a full skeleton, but we left it in its like bone coloring, but I did a fun little technique with the moss. I made it into a paste and put it on there and let it dry first before we added all the flowers. So there's so many different ways you can make these. I love them so much. I'm probably tapped out for how many I can have hanging in my house, so I might have to give this one away or give one of the other ones away, but oh, I love them, and hopefully next year you guys love them too, so I can make another one. All right, you guys, if you're loving this channel, can't get enough, want to know the next time we post a video, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to find out about the 150 style Sola wood flowers along with craft supplies and greenery. Go to ohyourlovely.com. But before you go, let me give you a little treat. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off your first order. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week for another tutorial. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Ooh.